Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Ming Daily. This is week 6 of me working in AstraZeneca. I know time flies. It's already half of my internship gone. And I'm only working for 9 weeks, so... oh gosh, that's just 4 more weeks left. 1 more month to go. It's so fast, right? I'm on track with my project. I'm so happy. Yeah. This is day 26. Yeah, day 26 already. Ooh la la. Today has been a very happy day. Not about my project yet. Today at the gym I met another Malaysian and she lives in Macclesfield. I was like, oh my god! But it was good knowing someone else. Yeah, that was that. We had a bit of a talk, I think probably like 30 minutes. But it was just nice to get to know someone, and she married over here. Yeah, lots of she was assuring me that AstraZeneca is a really good place to work in, lots of good employee benefits. So yeah, hopefully I can stay. I really want to stay. Today, so this morning I had a pulse meeting, again really short. We finished in 10 minutes, and then I was working on my project actually, and I can't remember if in the morning I started working on it. Oh yeah, in the morning. Oh yeah, I arrived at 8 and then before 9, so in that 1 hour I finished up writing my ELN, almost finished. So I had a call with another member of my group, so he's responsible for running the Raman analysis, and we we're just talking about how to rearrange all the data that we've collected so that it's easy in how we calculate things. So that was what I did for after lunch. We also had a trainee pharmacist join us, so hopefully I'll be in her position next year. But yeah, there was a trainee pharmacist. I didn't really get to know her. Hopefully we'll be able to meet and have lunch one day soon. I was supposed to have a talk with someone else, but she was not feeling great, so we had to delay it until Wednesday. And yeah, and I also let my supervisor look at my cover letter, and she provided a lot of useful tips, so I'm definitely going to work on it. And although the cover letter is for Pfizer, I know, but you just need to give it a shot everywhere. But yeah, hopefully it will work out. Definitely need to get it sorted tonight before I need to hand it in by Sunday. So 1 more week to go, but I definitely want to get it done fast. Yeah, I'm just really happy today because today I've been really productive. Like going to work, I literally listed down the things that I want to do, and I make sure to only have 2 big things to complete and all like the other smaller things. So although I didn't go finish through all the list, but I know that I've completed 2 big tasks today, and I'm satisfied enough with the work, with like the productivity that I had been doing today. So all is good. Okay, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, and before I forget, so today my manager gave me a very interesting task. Basically, we're gonna have like a whole team meeting on Wednesday, and he didn't have a lot of things on the agenda, so he asked me to make a presentation about Malaysia. Oh my god, I've got so many things, I've got so many ideas, and I remember that I have some kaya in my fridge, so I might make some with bread. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's actually day 28, but I'm gonna cover what I did on day 27, which was Tuesday yesterday. In terms of project wise, I felt like basically loaded 2 ramen analysis samples, and I prepared my presentation on Malaysia, and I'm so proud of it. I made me miss home so much. And yeah, let's fast forward to today where I'll show you my presentation. Okay, sorry to disappoint you. I was being a complete idiot because when I presented I forgot to record myself. But it was just a presentation on the computer, so not like a stand-up presentation. And everyone really enjoyed it, which I was really happy about. I'll also have a very quick video of my presentation just because I love the slides so much. Yeah, making the presentation reminds me so much of Malaysia, and I feel so sad, but I can't go home, so yeah, that's my presentation later. So now that you've watched my presentation, I just wanted to give a little bit of sort of not update, sorry, give a little bit of like summary of what happened. So that would be day 27, no 28. Busy day, like so busy. The whole day was just like passing by, but like instantly. So in the morning, I went to the lab to load the ramen, let it run. Whilst it was running, so that was one when it was running. I went to meet and so she was also a pharmacist, and she did her summer placement, pre-reg, like trainee pharmacist, and then she worked in AstraZeneca. And what's really interesting about her is that although she is in PT&D department, a lot of her roles are regarding management roles. So for example, so when she was a summer student, they had the opening of going into operations as well. So that was what she chose, and she was in charge of packaging. And it was the time when they started to, like, UK started to have a law of like differentiating falsified medicines, and so she had to sort of look through like what are the details that need to be added to new packaging materials, what does it mean for AstraZeneca, so scope out like how it would affect AstraZeneca. So that was a project back then. And then when she was in pre-reg, she was like in lab based, so that was normal. And then when she went into the graduate scheme, she did three rotations, and all three of them somehow just never was in lab. So the first one was in the clinical pharmacy chain. So she had to manage the supply of medicines for phase 3 clinical trials, so delivering them on time to hospitals or wherever the clinical trial sites are. So it's a lot of logistics works, learning what are the storage requirements, what do they need to take note of during delivery. And because their team has a reputation of getting 99% of the samples transported within the time, so she said at the time she was really busy, sometimes having to contact the delivery team at night or at midnight to confirm the delivery, etc. So that was one. And then her second rotation was actually on like managing the business plan, so a bit like a higher up role, where she looked through she won't give the final approval, but she learned about to compare, like, to have an overview of these are the drugs that AstraZeneca wants to develop, what kind of budget can we allocate to each, if this is like a medicine that would definitely get a return or something that wouldn't as much. So negotiating with the team managers as well. And speaking of which, we had a meeting with one of our directors, so above my team manager, and he was sharing that one of the goals of AstraZeneca in the next 10 years is to put up, so by 2030 is to have 20 new medicines up on the market. So it's not a lot actually, so it's not really easy, a lot of paperwork to be done. And then in her final rotation, she was doing the digital app. So remember, in my previous videos I talked to Eileen, who was managing, it's called Intelligent Pharmaceutics, but yeah, that was one of her rotations. So she was looking mainly at how inhalers, so they linked the inhaler to the app, and the app could sort of track how often you use the inhaler, what's your inhaler technique, the powder flow, so are you breathing in correctly, and then they analyze the data to see if there's a trend in adherence, or like if patients are using the inhaler correctly. And then after the graduate scheme, she looked for a job, was still in AstraZeneca. Her first role was in the parenterals team as a pharmaceutics team lead. However, she later realized that she didn't really like lab work, so she moved on now to be in the quality assurance role, QA role, because they are building a new, I think it's a sterile plant in AstraZeneca, so she's overlooking like the clean rooms, like basically all the standards. Do they meet the standards of the building this new factory plant? And she was saying that she was looking to study her MBA in the near future if she has the chance. So it might. I don't know, I was thinking if I want to go into more of a management role. I never really thought, or even like on a business perspective, I never really thought about taking an MBA. She assured us that it's not necessary, and AstraZeneca actually has has small courses, so they partnered with Warwick University to have like smaller business courses that are specific for AstraZeneca use. So if you need the knowledge, you can take those. I think those are for free, but if she wants an MBA, then she has to fund it herself. So it was just a personal goal of herself, not a requisite, not a prerequisite to move into like any the business side of the company or going up into a high director role. And she even mentioned that if you are looking to be like more on this business side, you might so you can start off with PT&D, which would give you the understanding of like pharmaceutical development, etc. But later on you can look into having a few years in operations. So because it will be global operations, you look at the global manufacturing, global sourcing, global supply chain, so more of the a broader global view of all AstraZeneca's operations, and hence that will put you in a better position to be, for example, a director to manage the business ideas. Yeah, so that was about talking to her. I think she is quite young, so definitely not like 10 plus. But she did work. So after graduate scheme, I think she has worked for 4 years now. So yeah, she technically quite long. So 4 years graduate scheme, 2 years, and she did pre-reg in summer. So from when she started in AstraZeneca, probably have already been 8 years. Although in between, you do go study and stuff like that. Then probably 9 years because summer is end of year 3. Yeah, but I think it's interesting to see again another person studying pharmacy, but pivoting in many different roles in AstraZeneca and ultimately looking into a more business and management role. So that's interesting. And right after that, we had lunch, and then I was reading background of another medicine because I asked my manager if I could join in with another project just to sit in, not really to do anything, because that's a project that they are going to be moving into the manufacturing stage. So now they are reaching the final stage of producing the samples for validation, like for regulatory affairs to check that this batch is like, okay, all the process are correct, the medicines produced are like as we expected, etc. So that's what they are really busy on that. And yeah, I was learning about that. I can't give you too much information, so yeah, but it was really interesting. And later in the afternoon I joined, and we had the meeting, and later in the afternoon I joined their quality risk assessment call. So basically what they do with these risk assessment calls is that throughout your working time in AstraZeneca, well, not working time, sorry, just throughout your project in AstraZeneca, when you make a decision about maybe like a process parameter, or for example like, the temperature we want to do dry, or the timing, the duration, or the type of process we want to do dry, they would write down, they would put like what are the potential risks, why did we finalize with this range, and then they would go through all of this in one meeting. And there will be like a facilitator whose main role is to just question all of these parameters or decisions that have come out. So how did you get this figure? What studies have you done? If it goes over, what would happen? If it goes under, what would happen? So like to justify why this is the range that we want. How big is the risk of going outside of this range? And how quickly we can detect this range, like this procedure is going out of this range, etc. And if we don't detect it, what is the significance? So they would rank it, and then they'll try to get it to the lowest rank as best as possible, or find ways to prevent it from like just being manufactured outside of the range or incorrectly. So yeah, that was the risk assessment. I had to leave halfway to look at my lab work, which was a shame because the risk assessment actually ended like earlier than expected, so I didn't have a very long duration in the meeting, but it was interesting to see what they do and learn about these sort of meetings and how people carry it out. And yeah, they also they would previously outsource some of the manufacturing of this product, and now they're going to manufacture them in-house, so they would try and get some data with those suppliers. And yeah, sometimes there's a bit of like problem, either communications or people operating differently. So it's yeah, it's just a basic, like when you are in a student organization and logistics just don't work out. So that was for day 28. Hello, this is day 29, and yeah, so come back a bit late today. So we were just like running the final Raman samples today, and I was talking to Nick about like how we're going to analyze it, and basically he was telling me that later on in September, not sure when, September, so I would have left by then, but he's going to visit a company who developed the trauma administration Raman and wanting to test out a new model of transmission ramen, which includes weighing out the tablets immediately, like together with the process of measuring the ramen analysis, and then with that he might use the samples that I've prepared to be used into this to make into this, to test it on this new model. So sorry. And yeah, so seems like the samples that I've prepared are going somewhere to develop something even bigger. So really grateful about that. He also talked to me about like how ramen has been used in factories, which I will sort of cover in my PowerPoint that I'm aiming to prepare tomorrow for my team meeting, my group project meeting. So yeah, that's just a quick summary of what happened today. I was busy going through my Pfizer application, so yeah, but all is good. I've finished all of it now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Hello, this is day 30, final day of the week. Very happy but very sad at the same time because it's already 6 weeks of my placement, so I only have 3 weeks left. The sun is so bright today, but it was actually raining this morning, so I'm wearing my boots, but I'm walking to the gym right now. Yeah, this morning I arrived and I was working on a presentation, which I hope I can show you later. So basically the presentation covers kind of what I've been talking to Nick yesterday, just another scientist yesterday, about the ramen analytical method and how it's used in industry. So I included that in I sort of made a PowerPoint presentation about it. And after that I had lunch. I had lunch with the trainee pharmacist who was actually very nice. So I was asking her like her application procedure, like how did the interview go, you know, and what her places got. So yeah, I think she's a very excellent person because she got both GSK and AstraZeneca, so yeah, well deserved. Yeah, after lunch I let my supervisor check my CV and cover letter again. So I was formatting my CV, adding some words. I've submitted in my Pfizer application, and just now, like right before work ended, my school sent me my documents I need for visa, so I rushed off to the post office to send it off, and now I'm walking back to the gym. So I was talking about the presentation that I made, and this was the Raman spectrometer, which you saw me in my last few videos when I was like talking about, like I showed you in the lab. So this is loading it, and why it is like a more ideal analytical method than HPLC is because it's faster. So each sample only takes like 1 to 2 minutes scanning. It's more accurate because you retain their samples instead of having to dilute in HPLC, and and now they are actually moving into continuous end product testing. So after tablets are being made, they will weigh it out immediately, and then they will run the ramen sample straight away. One challenge is that for each API or each batch of API, you need to build a new calibration model, and it's not a regulatory approved validation method yet. So what they do now is they use ramen to test like maybe 30 samples per batch, and then take like 3 of the ones that they find most varied and do HPLC on those 3. So yeah, and this is just me in the lab, and this is how we had to fill it in, so that's why it was a bit time consuming. Last time I kind of did mention that we put it in a randomized order so that we can ensure that any variation is not caused by like how the ramen works. And this is just our timeline. This is a chart of all the samples I've prepared. So yeah. Yeah, good day. Last end of the 6th week. So yeah, thank you very much for watching Ring Daily. Thank you very much for following me until week 6. 3 more weeks to go, and I'll keep you updated with the project. Bye!